Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Today in Quarantine. I'm your host, Renee Cross, and I'm coming to you live from Lincoln, Nebraska, in my house where I've been for the past 20 something days. This is, almost a month exactly. Not quite yet. Actually, hold on. Let me think about this. We were out of school for spring break in the first week of March. It's March 1 through 7. Wow, I've been out of school for a month. Like, this has been a month of this already. Time flies when you're doing online learning, I guess. Um, also, today in quarantine, it's just been like one thing after another, I guess. I asked the Google what the weather would be like this week. And it said today was going to be a nice day, 55 degrees, but tomorrow it's going to snow. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. No, I am sure how I feel about that. I don't like it. And then my dryer broke today, and I need to figure out how to fix it. I'm thankful that somebody before us had clotheslines in the basement, so that I don't have to, find other ways to hang up my clothes. I could just hang them up in the clothesline and be done with it. Very thankful for that. Modern technology, everybody. It's a great thing. But I need to figure out how to fix my dryer. It's probably the heating element if all these YouTube videos that I've watched are correct. And so I'm going to have to figure that out. However, the good thing is it looks like it's a fairly cheap part. And it looks like it's fairly fixable on my own. I just need to figure out where to get the parts to test it. So, yeah, I'll probably call my dad and we'll figure that out together. But other than that, it's been a pretty good day. I had about 40, somewhere from 25 to 40% participation in my classes. So I sent out emails today and got fairly good responses from a lot of people. So I spent a lot of today fielding emails and just being like, hey, yeah, okay, let me help you out with this type of thing. It was actually a very busy day in terms of that. But it was a good day. Just a little bit tired of the emails. Again, meetings. But today, planning to shut my computer down and go work on some stuff, get my garden box finally outside is my hope for this afternoon. And yeah, just get it out there before it snows and before I can't do anything anymore with it. So yeah. How's your day been going? What have you been up to today? I'm personally, and I've been seeing this a couple times around the internet, I'm personally tired of talking about quarantine, COVID, coronavirus. I'm just kind of tired of hearing that, tired of thinking about staying at home for longer. And so just trying to find other ways to feel positive about things. I played my guitar for a little bit yesterday, which I'm getting better at doing finger picking style music, which is when you're not just strumming, you're picking out a melody and picking out some harmonies in the mid time. And actually, yesterday I was playing guitar and I was thinking, oh man, I've seen some really cool videos of people putting having a video of from inside the guitar as they're playing on the outside of the guitar. I was like, oh, I want to try that. So I looked up a video on how to take a video from inside your guitar. And the answer was very simple. Put your phone inside your guitar. So yeah, I tried that out. It didn't get the effect that I wanted to, and I'm wondering if it's just because of the strings that I have or what. Not really sure what that was, but it was interesting. I didn't get the video that I wanted. But I'll try again today. Because if at first you don't succeed, try again. Or as meat eaters that are not like myself like to say, if at first you don't succeed, fry a hen. There you go. I don't eat chicken. This is not an endorsement for Purdue Farms. In other news, a lot of people have been getting their stimulus checks today, and I think it's because they've filed their taxes. I haven't finished filing my taxes yet. So I guess that's why I haven't gotten it. But for those of you who have gotten your stimulus check or are going to get a stimulus check, what are you doing in these times? Or what are you going to be doing with that money? I think I'll just be putting mine in saving because I'm one of the few that don't need the extra money. Oh, I don't listen to me, government. I need the extra money. It's fine. I'll take the extra money. But yeah, I'll take the extra money. I'm not going to say anything more about that because the FBI agent is watching through your camera always. But what are you going to do with the money? I think I'm just going to save it. Or I might buy a guitar or a bike. My guitar is slowly but surely falling apart. And so I need to make an investment and buy a good one. Actually, it's a little bit of story time here. I bought a guitar. Well, this guitar that I have is the guitar that I got after, it was about 3 years ago. Almost exactly 3 years ago. Yeah. I was in a car accident on a trip in California. And actually, we were on our way back from California back to Nebraska. And we were in Wyoming, and a semi-truck hit our van, and it rolled over. Now, we were all okay. We had a couple people with concussions, one person with a broken collarbone. But, I mean, we're okay now. But my guitar snapped in half. The neck snapped in half. And so with the money that I got from personal damages and whatever, I bought a new guitar. And so that's the guitar that I've had for the past 3 years. Now, a couple months ago, my brother was in the world pageant at Union College, where they just kind of like showcase the cultures of Union College. And he, at the last minute, he was we're Jamaican, so he was dressed kind of like Bob Marley. And at the last minute, he asked me, "Hey, can I borrow your guitar so I can, just walk down the runway with the guitar?" I was like, "Okay." So I gave him the guitar. And what did he do? He dropped the guitar. And it's not broken. I can still play it, but it's cracked. So, and before that, it was not doing too well either. So I have to make sure that that's okay. And yeah, it's just gonna get worse as time goes on. So I'm gonna have to purchase a new guitar at some point. Yeah. All right. So today I have an email actually from my dad, which I thought was funny, and I replied to it, but he hasn't replied to me. I don't think so. That's fine. That's fine, Dad. Don't reply. And it kind of relates to time today. I can understand that you're running out of flour and cheese, but hairnets, all the pizza makers I know are bald. So there is never a need for hairnets based on information we have from the WHO and China. Yeah, so that's an email from my dad. Just talking about pizza as compared to face masks. All right. Sears Parts is where I should go. Yes, that's what I've heard. Is Sears not shut down? Not sure. Hi, Hans. Nice to see you again. I wasn't sure if you were able to watch, but it's good to see you on here. Hi, Hans. And Andrew, buy a bike. I'm thinking about getting a mountain bike. Mountain bikes are the only bikes that I've ever had because those are the bikes that I grew up riding. And so I'm just thinking probably buying one. I mean, here in Lincoln, there's not much to mountain and do. However, just the option of having a bunch of gears is very helpful. Maybe I'll buy a street bike this time because that's mainly what I do around here. But who knows? We'll see. Looking forward to making that decision at some point soon. But it will have to be soon because I don't want to go on a walk. I want to go biking. All right. Well, today's weather, as I said, it's about 55, very sunny, very nice. Tomorrow, I'm not looking forward to giving the weather report, but I am looking forward to the weatherman being wrong because it did say it was going to snow last week, and it snowed like this much last week. If you can't see that, it's not. My fingers are touching, so it wasn't even that much. But it was. I'm enjoying the weather today. My door's open. On the moon. Great food, but no atmosphere. Oh boy. This one I kind of relate to a little bit more. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because he was too tired. Too tired. Oh yeah. Let's see, that's a good one. I was gonna tell you a joke about construction, but I'm working on it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh boy. Somebody told me the other day that I needed to stop acting like a flamingo, but I put my foot down. Honestly, these jokes are more for me than I think for any of you because it just makes me laugh. Oh boy. Yeah, did you guys hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed away. There you go. Alrighty. A woman is on trial for beating her husband to death with his guitar. Then a fender. Oh boy. And last one. Never mind. I was gonna tell you a joke about retired people, but none of them work. Oh boy. Well, I hope you've enjoyed those jokes. I certainly did. So email me or leave some jokes in the comments below so I can tell them on tomorrow's episode. Because, man, there's some really good ones out there on the internet. That retired joke just took me out. That was great. Oh boy. Today's Pixar movie of the day is Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is like the essential Pixar movie. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go watch it. It's just an amazing movie. The graphics are incredible. It was actually made in 2003 or 2004, but the storyline is incredible. It's a story, and it's the story. It is basically the story of the prodigal son, because you have this fish who has a son, and this son is the only son that survives. There was an attack when he was a little egg, and a shark attacked, killed his mother, and he was the only egg left. And so his father swore to protect him for as long as he lived, and so he just protected him for his whole life. And then one day the fish goes to school, and so now Nemo is the name of the little kid fish, and he goes to school, which is another dad joke because where do fishes go to learn? They go to school because they're swimming in schools. Anyway, so he's in school, and he goes and he sees something that he wants. He sees like this thing way far away, and it's freedom, and he thinks he wants it, but he gets out there, and instead of like being free, he's captured by these people. And so Nemo is just floating around doing his thing when he's captured. So the question then is, what does the father do? Well, I guess it's not quite the story of the prodigal son, but I think it's the story of life and the great controversy and everything. Instead of staying home and being like, oh well, too bad, the father goes and looks for him. And so the movie talks about the father's adventures of finding his son while the son is trying to get back to the father. So it's just a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you have seen it, go watch it again, because it's just a quintessential movie, and just a really good movie for you to watch during this quarantine time. What are you watching? What are some things that are making you happy in this quarantine time? What is some of the media things that you're consuming? Yeah, I recently reread a book that I read when I was in middle school or high school, and just rediscovered like how good it was. It was called Granger's Apprentice. If you ever read that, it's just really good. It was a series, and as soon as I started reading it, it was like I had been just right back to where I was in reading it. It was just that captivating. Very good. So try and find those little life lessons wherever you can. Also, a question that I'm thinking about as I'm working with the College View Church Young Adults. We as a church have been doing this online thing, and not just College View Church, but many churches from around the world have been doing this online thing for approximately 4 weeks now. I think 4 or 5 weeks now, depending on where you live. And I think people are kind of tuning out of it. I think people aren't quite engaged in it as much. So, what is something that you would like to see your local church do in this quarantine time? Considering that we can't really, can't hang out with each other. 50 people 6 feet apart each is a lot of people 6 feet apart, and that's just kind of like a whole parking lot. And some people have churches that are bigger than 50 people, so that's just a lot. So, what would you like your local church to do? Let me know in the comments below. Just brainstorming some ideas. We'd like to build more personal connections at some point, and yeah, just let us know. Thanks for watching today. This is Today in Quarantine, and thanks for tuning in. Well, I hope you join us tomorrow in quarantine for another episode of Today in Quarantine. Thanks for being here. Stay safe and wash your hands. Bye.